Good morning, everybody. Today's an exciting day. I don't know about you guys, but I get really excited when I train the trainers. Like, we're about to launch a whole new series, which is all about leading leaders. And I can't even tell you how excited I am. I literally light up. I don't know if you guys noticed from where I was just 2 seconds before the recording until where I am now. But when I train trainers, I just get the chills. It just electrifies me. Why? Because I know what I share with you right now, you are going to share with other people, and that is absolutely tremendous. So if you're watching this on the recording, or if you're watching this on live, like all of you right now, good morning. We are going to train you on how to train and how to do this. So this is all about Zoom, and it's all about how to be a co-host. So I see that we're recording to the cloud. Is that right, Colette? Yes. Okay, cool. So in this particular instance, I am the co-host, and I just started, and I've got 15 amazing people because we were already on a Zoom. We have 6 people now that are sitting outside. So first things first, okay. I want to be very clear. This is a team, and it takes a village. You guys see and you watch Colette, Michael, and myself, and Brian, and Colette, Margot, Laurel, Carmen, so many. All right, I'm not going to name everybody that helps us with this because so many of you are pivotal. So if you're the host, what that means is that it's your responsibility to make sure the show goes on, right? That you need to be there, you need to make sure you're logged in, you need to make sure you have the credential, and we will email that out to everybody so that you have it. But if you're the host, it means that you are the anchor and that you're going to guide everybody else, right? There needs to be a leader. Somebody needs to step up. We're all leaders, but that's what that's all about. Being the host means that you're taking the reins and it's your responsibility. Okay. Once you log on, the first thing that I personally do is I click participants at the bottom and I turn on my participants panel. I prefer to do this, by the way, not in full screen. There's full screen mode on my Mac, and then there's not, and I just make the window the full screen because when you're in full screen mode, it pops things out of the window, and I prefer to have everything in the window, which is what you're going to see if you're watching the recording. And the next thing I do is I open up the chat, and then I adjust the window so that I only see a little bit of the chat window and I see most of the panelists, okay? The next thing you're going to want to do is identify who your co-hosts are going to be that particular event, and then you want to make them co-hosts. So you do that, and again, you're not going to be able to see this in this training, but you'll be able to see it in the recording, which we'll get up today. And I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to make each and every one of you a co-host. And Colette, for the sake of time, if you can help me do that, I'll start at the bottom, and if you can start with Barb, and we're just going to make everybody the co-host. Tina Tesh Myers, welcome to being the co-host. Hello. Rochelle, welcome to being the co-host. Hello.
It doesn't
Rochelle,
let me.
it doesn't let you?
Nope, doesn't give me the option.
Are we going to find out if we can't have a certain amount of co-hosts? Well, even so, we're going to go through here, and I'm going to make everybody the co-host, and we're just going to wait patiently while I do it because we've got 15 people, and we got a bunch of people that we're going to let in the room. All right, so everybody's becoming the co-host. Gordon is becoming the co-host. Brian Howard. Oh, man, Brian, I love you. You got a voice for radio and a face for television. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's got it all.
And Bernard. And now Laurel. Okay. So, Bernard, I can't make you the co-host for some reason, but we're going to keep going.
Because it doesn't have.
Yes, I can. Okay. So, there's 2 things that just happened there, and we've got 6 people that are waiting in the queue, and I'm going to let you guys all let them in. What just happened is very important, and I don't even know if you picked up on it happened until I actually tell you that it happened. It's kind of one of those things. It's really important as hosts that this does not happen. What was happening? Dead air. Okay? We cannot have dead air. There must be somebody speaking. We must be engaging with our audience. Why we play music in the background, right? It's why somebody needs to be talking. It's a really important part of what we do. I'm kind of bringing back the cloak. It's magic. Like yesterday, right? It's really important that there's a voice, that it's not just somebody in the background that's typing or looking at another screen. So part of your roles and responsibility as a co-host is to make sure that you're engaging with people. Make sure that you're talking about what's happening, that you're pulling people in, that you're making somebody laugh, that you're talking about the weather, that you're talking about, we hope Crystal's okay, right? Whatever it is, we want to make sure that we are talking. Okay, so I want everybody to follow along with me except for Margot, who's crushing it on the treadmill right now, and Barb, who's driving her car. And I want you to click on attendees on your participants list, because we have a very unique version of Zoom. Now, if you just have a free version of Zoom, you're never going to see this, because we use the webinar version of Zoom. And in the webinar version of Zoom, people come into the 446-690-701 room by clicking any of the links that I shared with you. They come in as an attendee. They come in as somebody that is viewing what is happening. They don't have an ability to talk. That's why when you come into the room, we have to let you into the room. What we're actually doing is upgrading you and promoting you to a panelist. Because in a webinar version, we can have as many panelists as we want, and panelists have the ability to turn on their camera and to use audio. And for us, it's very important that we engage the group, and the group has an opportunity to engage. So for this reason, we let everybody into the room. This is probably one of the most time-consuming things you're going to do in the very beginning of the call. Because if the call starts at 7 o'clock, everybody joins at 7 o'clock. This is why it's so important to have a co-host, right? Only the host can throw us up to Facebook, and we're going to do that once we let everybody in the room. So I have 15 co-hosts. Colette, let's not do this, you and me, because we know what to do, and everybody who knows what to do. I want you to click on attendees on the participants list, and I want you to hover over that particular person, hover over more, and promote to panelist. Now, 702-371. So Nicole Mitchell, somebody hover over Nicole Mitchell, click on more, and then promote to panelist. Do the same thing for Nikki Mead.
The phone number can't come in. They're just listeners.
They're just listeners because they're just on the phone, right? So be it. We can disable talking, and there's a couple things. So somebody let all these people in. Please help us. Feels good. Oh, yeah. When that attendee list goes from 0. Now, what you're going to see in the recording that you're not going to see is that I actually keep the attendees list up for most of the call. As the host, I keep the attendees list up. Now, as a co-host, there's still one waiting. I still see her. Now, every now and again, people get sticky. Something happens within the system where you can't let somebody in, or if you let somebody in over and over and over again, Sandy right now is sitting out there in purgatory, when in reality, I've already let her in, and I bet 13 of you other people have let her in as well. And yet she just sits there, and that happens, right? There's definitely glitches in the system. So as the host, I go back and forth between attendees and the panelist list. And then when I'm on the panelist list, I'm looking for noise, right? This happens. People come on, and there are regular offenders that you're going to get to know who these people are. There are definitely regular offenders whose mute buttons magically come unpopped in the middle of a conversation or in the middle of training. As a host and a co-host, one of your responsibilities is to be a ninja when it comes to somebody unmuting their line with background noise, and you go whoopah, and you just swing in and you click mute. And back on the panelist list, all you need to do is hover over that person, and you'll see a mute unmute button, and you can mute or unmute their button. You can also turn off video. So one of the other things that we do is when people have their video on and they get distracted and they walk away from the screen, or they're doing something that maybe you're not supposed to see, right? It's happened before, okay? These are real-time experiences that we're sharing. We've had exposures, we've had noises, we've had sounds, we've had many different things happening, and it's up to us, the hosts and the co-hosts, to run the meeting while everybody's listening to content. We're usually in the background, and you'll see Colette's eyes moving around the screen, and you'll see my eyes moving around the screen. And most of the time, we are doing just this, managing what's happening in the room so that the attendees can enjoy that experience, right? Very, very important, that aspect of it. to make sure that we're maintaining a good experience for people. Now, at the top of the screen, you will see the non-video participants, the total of those non-video participants. And there's a little drop-down arrow that allows you to show. You'll see this in the recording. You can show non-video participants. That basically appears the either picture or just a square box that covers. Now, we keep non-video participants hidden because we don't want people to be shown if they're hidden. So if you have it, if for some reason you open up this Zoom, we start with non-video participants hidden, but just in case it's not, or if it becomes undone, you just click on these three little dots and then you click hide non-video participants and they all disappear. Now, you guys can all see this because you're a host. You'll see at the top of the screen, it says total non-video participants, host, non-host. Okay. Now, one of the other things that I haven't done yet is very important, and it's called a spotlight video. Many of you may notice that when you're watching somebody speak, all of a sudden it changes to the person that's speaking. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does not happen magically. This all happens from either Michael, Colette, or one of the co-hosts spotlighting video. So I'm going to show you how to do all that. So right now, if I want to show the very spectacular and the very beautiful Brian Howard in all of his glory, I hover over Brian Howard. I go to his three little dots. Look at that big old smile that comes on. And then I click on Spotlight Video. And poof, Brian Howard comes front and center for each and every one of you. Now in the top left-hand corner, I can cancel that Spotlight Video. And if I do, it will take me back to the gallery view, which is the way that I prefer to watch the video. The gallery view, as you're all looking at now, is that. Now, Tina Tesh Myers says, well, I have something to say, and I can see her raising her hand. As I'm thinking about giving the floor to Tina, I will begin to hover over her three dots, and then I will hover over her three dots. I will introduce the very spectacular, the very famous, the very, sensational Tina Tesh, and then I will click highlight video, and poof, Tina becomes big on her screen. Think of this like the control room of a production, right? We've all seen behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live. We've all seen the control room of a television show or something of that nature. This is an opportunity for you to design who is going to be focused and who's going to be the focal point. And look, sometimes this moves really quick. Sometimes somebody just has something saying, thank you, checked you out, that's awesome. Sometimes somebody just has a quick thing to say. And sometimes you go back to the gallery view. Now, what we spotlight here as hosts and co-hosts is what gets recorded. So there's also a production value here that we're trying to hit, okay? So those are some of the things that are happening during the meeting. And then there's one other thing which is really important, and I probably could have started with this, and that is clicking on more reveals the live on Facebook. Only the host can push the video to Facebook Live. And my suggestion is that 3 or 4 minutes before we go live, 3 or 4 minutes before that call is supposed to start, 7 o'clock Pacific for the build and 8, you guys know the times. But a few minutes beforehand, get familiar with these particular screens. I'm going to show you in the recording just so that you can see it. When you click go live to Facebook, and we're going to go live to Facebook, it pulls up a browser window and it pulls up where you want to go live. And in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, Colette, we need to make the host admins for all the different pages, because for Path Changers, you're going to put it up to a page, because Path Changers is a page. So we will make sure that all of the hosts are admins for the Team U page and the Path Changers page.
It'll go there because they'll be going to Michael's Facebook page, won't they? Or no?
I don't know.
No.
No. Just in case, let's give everybody admin. Brian says no. And I think he's right. I think it posts as him, which I've seen. But either way, we'll make sure that all
I
the hosts
posted every day to his. But.
Right. And it opens up because it just opened up mine, but I'm the host.
Yeah, but we will do that. We will make people admins.
Cool. So our build call, our share call, those all go up to the private Facebook group for Team U. They go up to our closed group, and Path Changers goes up to our page. So let's go to a page we manage. Let's not do a page actually. Let's do a group. Yeah, go on.
If it doesn't work, then make sure just record it to the cloud.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Yep.
You're going to pick the group. You're going to go, I want to post this to Team U. We are now going live. It says preparing live stream, which is what you're looking at if you're looking at this recording. And then you're not done yet. It actually, before it shows the live on Facebook, it says preparing. It gives you another screen and you got to do the title. The title for this is always the build, grow, whatever it might be, run the influencer. And then we usually put the date in one way or another. Today's the 1st. It's the 1st. Oh my God. We usually put the 1st and then we click go live and poof, we go live and then the host comes back and you'll see that we're live on Facebook and then you kick this off at the top of the hour. Did I miss anything? Anybody have any questions? I did such a fantastic job. How exciting.
I was just going to ask, do you have to use the host's Zoom login to come in as the host to the meeting?
Yes.
Yes, and we will put that on the thread, not out here because now we are live and it would go to everyone.
Actually, if you're watching this on Facebook, what you're catching the tail end of is our Zoom training, which will be a video on the Team U site. I'm going to take us off Facebook. Just wanted to tell you all how spectacular you are, and we'll see you in 10 minutes for our Path Changers call at pathchangers.org. So let's cancel that live stream, stop live stream, and we're now not live anymore. Art, you had a question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
How do you show your screen? Not the video part, but sometimes you have files and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a great question. Great question. At the bottom of your screen, and actually as the co-host, I'm pretty sure we allow anybody to share their screen. You'll see a big green button at the bottom of your screen, and it says share. If you click that share button, it then gives me a pop-up screen, which you're seeing in the recording. You now have a couple options, and this is really important because if you're sharing anything that has to do with computer audio, a YouTube channel or something of that nature, you're going to want to share computer sound, which is a little checkbox at the bottom of a window that opens up that for me says, what do you want to share? In this particular case, I'm going to choose my second desktop, which is the screen that you all are on, and I'm going to click share. And when I do that, you should now be seeing my Facebook page, and you should now be seeing a beautiful picture of Catalina Island. That then moves the controls up top, which I can then move around anywhere I want. Now you'll see this in the recording. You won't be able to see it on the screen. And it will ask me what I want to share. And then at this point, I can play a video. Just keep in mind that if you mute yourself, you are also muting the shared sound. So you got to just kind of sit here quietly if you are playing a sound. And it gives you some cool flexibility. You can notate the mouse, highlight the mouse, which should be happening now on the recording and inside Zoom. It gives you some features as to what you can do. You can draw on the screen. I mean, there's some pretty cool functionality that this will allow you to do if you want to take advantage of it. You can put a check mark. You can put hearts everywhere. I like hearts personally. It's all about love, as you guys know. So there's some pretty cool stuff that you can do within the recording, and then I think there's a way to remove all this from the screen I have. Yeah, there it is. Clear all drawings. And then I can stop my screen, and that gives you some pretty cool functionality there too. Awesome, Art. Anybody else have any questions? What are your concerns?
Craig,
Yes, Rochelle.
could we quickly, there's a couple of minutes left, all go off and log in as if you guys are not there, just to test that we can do it? Or
Yeah,
are you confident they can?
I'm confident that everybody's going to be able to do it, if that's okay. We're all gonna sign back on for Path Changes here in 10 minutes, and I'd be happy to share the co-host with many of you so that we can play with that feature and see what that's all about. So why don't we all log out and let's all come back in 2 or 3 minutes, I'll stop the recording, Rochelle, just so that we're not dragging that on. But I will. But I do think that that's a great idea, and let's do that live for the Path Changers call. Anybody else have any questions?
The recording. So if we can't go live to Facebook after it records to the cloud,
Yes.
where can you find that information to post it on Facebook?
On point. That's beautiful. Okay, so if for some reason we can't go live, I'm going to reopen my window and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen again. Computer sound, desktop 2, share. Now y'all are looking at my top sites. You're going to go to zoom.us. This is the actual Zoom website, and you're going to sign in with the same credential that, well, I'm not going to give you that credential now, but you would basically, yeah, maybe I should, and we will mute that, and we will remove that. Okay, so if you want to, or if you need to post that video, you're going to simply log in to your to the Zoom using Michael's login. You're going to go to recordings, and then you will see the most recent recording. One of them is being processed right now, and that's the one that I just did, or the one that we're doing right now, I should say. And then you have a couple options. You can click on more and download 3 files. This will download the video, the audio, and then the video and the audio together. I think it also downloads the chat as well. So this gives you the ability to download those files to your computer, and once they're downloaded to your computer, you can then go to Facebook and you can post like a video in any other way, and then of course download it. But I do recommend, like Brian said, record them to the cloud so that you can see that. Thank you, Brian. That's awesome. Sound good? Thumbs up? 2 thumbs up? Awesome. Y'all are amazing. I'm going to stop this beautiful recording in Camtasia.